outside, I hang outside. Don't come out the house cause the gang outside. Bang outside, I hang outside. Don't come.
Hey guys, it's Clash with Dara, back here for another video featuring pro Golem player Monkees. And today we're going to be going over how to play Golem in this like super hard counterish meta. There's so many new stuff too, like the Witch that does so much DPS, the wall breakers that are really good at opposite lane push. And so we're going to go over how to beat a Golem God in this meta. And just overall tips too. So we're going to do 4 live ladder games and against some really good opponents, most likely, because we are in top 100 in ladder right now, and we're just going to keep on pushing. So that NATO is going to be the first noteworthy thing for my viewer to see, because that NATO puts the Executioner in a position where they're attacking horizontally instead of vertically, destroying all of your support troops. So you can see that was really crucial in keeping the Night Witch alive and the Golem to a little bit more health for that whole interaction. So we can see we took a tower pretty early on there, and Monkees is not afraid to be aggressive with this deck, but he's also not stupidly aggressive. So what I've noticed from his gameplay is that what you guys need to do is, once you commit to a Golem push, like, do not hesitate. Like, don't hold back, within reason of course, but like, do not hesitate on your Golem pushes. Just, if you're gonna go in, like, commit to it. So a few tips from this deck that are really important that Monkees made a note to me to tell you guys is that you want to be pushing with Night Witch for most pushes, unless they have poison. Then it's about baiting out the poison so you can get a successful push off. But the Night Witch has really great DPS, and with the new bats, the 4 bats, it's pretty much like a free bats right behind your Golem when the Night Witch dies. And he plays Lightning in this deck because there's so many Executioners and Witches going around, and I don't think Lightning kills Executioner. Maybe it does, or leaves it at like 1 health. So you can see we tower traded there. Tower trading is important in this matchup too. We're just going to go in and clobber this tower down. Oh my god, look at how rapidly we just DPS down all his troops. And you can see he's quite frivolent with the Lightning. See, when he did not hesitate, he used that Lightning and it allowed him to take the tower. So Lightning is really important in this meta, but he prefers poison as a player. You can see this game is just over. There's nothing he can do. See how many bats come out from the Night Witch's death. And I asked him how he felt about Elixir Golem, because that's a relatively new card that just adds like a completely new aspect to the game in terms of like gameplay and scenarios, and maybe even a new archetype altogether. So he said that it's a very good card, and it's probably going to be seen paired up with the 3 Musketeers or Graveyard. And it's really good against the Golem because they can race you to a 3 crown a lot faster, since it's 3 elixir and you don't have time to sit there and then kill the support troops and then kill the Golems and then claim your 4 elixir back. And the hardest matchup with Golem is definitely Wallbreaker's Fisherman. But in order to beat like Wallbreakers, the Witch, and all the new stuff, versus the Witch, you can just get lightning value since it doesn't spawn death skeletons, and you can just completely kill it. Oh, we're going against Lemon Tree in this one. Lemon Tree was #1 in the world yesterday, so this is definitely going to be a hard matchup, and he plays Expo. And yeah, so we went over Witch, and then you can NATO the Witch into your troops so it's easier to kill. That's also really important too, as we saw with the Executioner in the first replay. But versus Wallbreakers, most of the time he just lets it go. If he pairs it up with minor Wallbreakers, he just lets it go and then tries to do a tower trade with the +5 elixir trade that the Wallbreaker minor takes. And then against Executioner, since Executioner is usually paired with cycle decks, the goal is to kill the first Executioner with Lightning, and then the second one using NATO, since they'll be low on elixir, and since they can usually cycle 2 Executioners. So that's a way you can kill both Executioners. And it's okay to be aggressive with this Golem deck because Night Witch is very good for tower trading with the bats, and it's amazing DPS. We can see here that Expo, a really tough matchup since they can cycle so fast. But since he didn't have enough elixir for the golem, he goes, and he's not fooling around with Expo. He doesn't want to tower trade too early in the match without being able to put a golem in the back and then tower trade. So it's noteworthy to know that against Expo, you gotta play a little bit slower. You don't want to overcommit too much, because once they defend your golem push and have a huge elixir advantage over you, like, it's over. You're done now. And then, so like when you tower trade or just like absorb damage with your towers, usually against a cycle deck, like, you can let them take the tower because it'll take them like 7 elixir, and then you can capitalize and punish on the other side. Usually Golem's a lot better in the second crown race. But if they do minor bats, like with a mortar deck, you can't let that go, because if you let the minor bats go, they'll probably take your tower and you won't be able to take theirs, because they have Rascal's Mortar and you have lightning instead of poison, so you won't be able to kill all the troops. Oh my god, Lemon Tree, is he eating like French fries or something? How did he miss that Expo? This dude was #1 in the world. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's 2 in a row that he missed. Oh my, for Halloween, we're definitely going to Lemon Tree's house because he's got Butterfingers. Alright, so this will definitely be very crucial for us. But we did have to get rid of that Expo with the lightning you guys saw, because that Expo technically also could count as a defensive Expo and really like also help him. If he had 2 Expos set up there, could really destroy our and quickly get rid of our Golem push. So that is noteworthy. You can see the prediction Expo. Guys, you want to always have Golem in cycle in double elixir. You want to try your best to have it in cycle for their Expo. Like, you can't be caught without Golem when they Expo. It's really important. So you can see in his Golem pushes, he's essentially cycling throughout his push. See, he put 4 cards down and he's back to another Golem, keeping up by putting down support troops. You can see he's not afraid to leak elixir in wait. He's not going to just cycle his 4 elixir, 3 elixir cards against an Expo deck. He's like 16.9 elixir, strategically leaked. So you can see that's extremely important to know as well. How patient he's being, but at the same time how he's pressuring and cycling at the same time with his heavy troops. You can see he's always NATOing all of the troops, all of like the Lemon Tree's defensive Expo units, Expo troop units, into like closer to the vicinity of his troops. And you can see another Golem keeping the cycle going. Alright, in this, we save that lightning, we get his Tesla, and that's Golem to the tower. Oh, and he counters the kite by moving the Ice Golem back. That's going to be crucial in getting that Lumberjack there. And that Golem is going to do even the... Oh, and we're back to another Golem. You can see at this top level ladder, like, every damage you can get on the opposing tower is really vital, is really important. You can see when someone expos at the bridge, he usually goes with the Golem Baby Dragon. That's noteworthy to know. So it really gets rid of all that bait, like the skeletons and the archers that he puts behind, and then he goes in with the Lumberjack. You can see such late in the game when the opponent, he goes in with his lightnings late in the game, tries to get as many as he can down when the tower is low and the opponent is not in a position to counterattack with the Expos. You can just use your lightning on offense. Within reason, of course. All of these tips are within reason and within the current scope of the game and where you're at in the game. So it's like noteworthy to see that he still uses the barbell. And I asked him why, because I was really curious, because most people stopped using that after they horrifically nerfed it almost to oblivion. He said you can still get mega value when you invest in a Golem push. For example, if you have a Golem and they have Royal Hogs, you can take like 800 damage, but only for you can defend with 2 elixir, and then have a really nice push with the Golem. So you can see we're going against Caught. Oh, he seems to be playing Bait. Bait is another really hard matchup for Golem, so you guys are getting all the good hard matchups. Execution or NATO, Bait, Expo. These are all really hard matchups, so you should This video should give a good template to those who are trying to master the hardest golem matchups. You can see he's probably going to go for a NATO here. Yep. Oh, okay. So that NATO was a mistake. If he put the NATO like the center tile, one tile higher, that bomb would not have hit his right side tower. So when you guys try to NATO giant skelly to the king tower, put that NATO one tile higher than the king tower up. So that doesn't happen. That was a mistake. Hopefully he can recover from it. So. You can see he has. Oh, and Inferno Tower. Giant Skeleton for the support troops, Inferno Tower for the Golem. That is going to be an absolute pain to deal with. We can see though, he still uses the Golemites as a tank. Because once they're in the Golemite form, like the push is not over. You can see. I just want to get rid of that witch. That witch is so annoying. And it allows the baby dragon to get a lucrative lock on the right tower. You can see he's saving his bar barrel. And when you use bar barrel against goblin barrel, the bar barrel has a little bit of a narrower path than the log, so you really have to be extra precise in where you place your bar barrel. Like if there's like a tricky barrel position where you put it on the right side of the tower, on the left, and then it misses one of the goblins. I think we showed that in our very first video, log bait. So you got to be aware about that. So you can see we're just putting those NATOs down, getting extra value. Oh, and the golem damage. So we're pretty much chipping him out at this point. We did it. We got a pretty lucrative lock though already. So with the baby dragon and the lightning, sometimes those can really sneak up on you. And we got a pretty big push that we have to defend with support troops. Noteworthy to see how we are maintaining the bats by putting the baby dragon to tank for the princess who does splash damage. Unfortunately, we are going to have to use a lumberjack here. Oh, right there. That's the positioning for the barrel. For the goblin barrel. You can see we really didn't have much in hand to deal with that royal ghost, so we didn't want to take the chip damage, since we don't know what his last card is. Really good baby dragon value right there. Great positioning too. Oh, and it turns out to be. So we defended his goblin barrel, but he also defended our push. Oh, the patience in order to wait for. Oh my god, that baby dragon's had a mind of its own. What I was saying was lumberjack in front or behind the giant skelly, so the lumberjack can counter push without getting killed by the bomb. That's also something noteworthy when defending giant skeleton with very few support troops. That's something you can do to help preserve your troops that you try to kill the giant skeleton with. Oh, and we're going against him. I think this dude was like second or third. I think either earlier today or yesterday. He was like third in the world. So we went against number 1 and number 3, I think. So this video is going to be against some really top gameplay. Oh, and he's playing Wallbreaker's Witch. This is going to be like one of the hardest matchups you can go up against Golem, if not the hardest. So you can see, once we see that witch, we are not messing around. Lightning, get that thing out of here. I swear, it's like that. Have you guys played the new witch? I find it to be extremely overpowered. And Wallbreakers too, how fast you can cycle them. Yeah, he knows he can't defend it, so he's not going to try. If you were to put down a lumberjack last second, like in a desperate attempt, the lumberjack would have gotten DPS down by the Wallbreaker splash damage. So he knows when to give up. That's also important when playing Golem decks, is to just know when to just cut your losses. So we did take a hefty punch in the left lane, but hopefully we can capitalize off a Golem push. And he has witch in the back, so we can see we got pretty lucky that he put the witch a little preemptively, so it's a lot closer and not in the back So he can't really defend the witch, so we got it out of the way pretty early on. Oh, but he has the cage. Yeah, he has a pretty robust defensive deck here, so it'll be hard to push through with those bats just really chipping in without us having like a zap or baby dragon at the... Yeah, we can't really take another double wall breaker hit at this point. That would be a little bit too much damage for not even double elixir. Alright, and that Mega Minion will get a little bit of chip damage. We get a solid 300 more damage, so it's a pretty close game, and we do have the advantage in double elixir. As you can see, he's going to go, he doesn't want us to build up a golem push, so he's going to go for the opposite lane pressure, but we managed to pull over the Valkyrie, and you can't let minor bats go. That sneaks up on you, as we mentioned already in one of the previous tips. And then we can see the bar barrel also, where he talked about it just offers immense value and is really crucial in golem pushes. We can see how that really helped us out there. And then sneaky baby dragon, he has to defend it because baby dragon does a lot of damage and has a lot of health when unguarded. Like, you can't just leave it up to your tower to kill it. You gotta assist it. You can see we're also minimally defending. We can't tower trade this late in the game because that's a tower race, not a tower trade. And he spent all his elixir pushing the opposite lane, but we defend it with minimal elixir, and we have a golem on the tower, and this should be good game to a very hard matchup. Oh my god, we did it. That was insane. Let's check what he's at now. I think this is going to wrap up the video so we don't keep it too long. But man, this was some amazing gameplay. Right, so let's see how many chokes he's at. Oh, this dude was 6th after taking the giant loss. 6-5-48, so he must have been like, yeah, like 3rd or something. Let's see what Monkees is at. 16th in the world. There you guys have it. Pushed to top 16 in the world with Golem against a lot of really hard matchups. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and the outline of how to play the deck and a lot of tips and some amazing gameplay to help guide you guys when you guys play this game and how to play the game. So please drop a like and subscribe. And shout out to my YouTube partner, Shun CR. You can see his Twitter in the description and on the left in the banner on the overlay. And Monkees would like to shout out Zelen. So that's his in real life friend, and that's also his in real life friend's YouTube. So go check him out too. Shout out to Monkees. Thank you for coming on the channel and really helping us out. And as you guys can see, we filmed this video in my home clan, AK Syndicate. So shout out to them again. They have been immensely helpful in bringing you guys content, and future AK Syndicate members who are top ladder people or top Grand Challenge finishers, top players in the game will be coming on soon too. So, and last of all, shout out to you guys for being loyal fans who are always liking and subscribing and viewing my content. So thank you so much, and this is gonna wrap it up. Have a great day or night or wherever you guys are. See you guys later.